Following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Go Cowboys! This is Mick Shots, streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app. Now, here are Bill Jones, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
When the going gets tough, the tough get going. And Everson Walls has got going again today. He's doing something else and doesn't have time for us here on Mick Shots. It is officially Texans Week here at the Star in Frisco inside the SWBC podcast studio. Bill Jones, Mickey Spagnola, and the great Nate Newton. Nate in Frisco fills in for the vacationing Everson Walls. Hello, Nate.
How you guys doing, man?
What are you doing watching over there?
Just trying to be up on what's happening and, trying to prep for these shows, man, and make sure I say a lot of wild things. And
you want to make sure that you're prepared to say those wild things.
Yes. So
You going to back them up?
Yeah, I'm going to back them up all right. If my team play better, I'll be able to back them up. Yeah. Yes.
A football team needs players like Nate Newton, who just whenever you summoned, they go right in the game. And that's
right.
what Nate Newton has done again today.
And prepare,
we find out last minute that someone's luncheon is running over or wherever Everson is right now, and here comes Nate running to fill in.
Yeah, I was down there when they started this little stream or whatever they call it. I'm just waiting.
Just waiting to see if Everson shows
You
up.
think we should get Nate? I'm here. I'm always lurking around the
There you
edges.
go. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we've got football equipment on the football field, and we expect to have football players out there shortly.
Yeah, it is. And the sun has risen.
It has, yes.
Yes.
It's been a beautiful week here.
Hope they can practice in the sun.
I'm with you, Mick. I'm with you, my friend. I'm just waiting on us to get started, man. Where are we going with this today with Mick Shots? What are you having?
Now we
in
have
mind?
Somebody pointed out to me that last year, Cowboys won all their home games.
Yeah, they had like a 16-game winning streak at home before the season started.
They
The
did.
regular season.
Was the sun not out there in those games?
Yeah, the sun was out.
Just asking.
Yeah. You won't stop, will you, Mick?
No.
You got to keep poking the bear, huh?
It just dawned on me. That's all I know.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, Mick. Don't let it get you upset, man.
Okay.
Don't let the outside forces become an issue.
It didn't,
right.
Didn't matter that they missed blocks on all three of those plays on the goal line.
Let it go, Mick. Let it go. Let's move forward. Hey, guess what? We got a new game this week.
That's right.
Let it go, Mick. Help me out here, Bill.
And it's a team that doesn't play in the sun.
It's a night
Texans.
game.
That's right. It's a night game, so took care of that problem.
Got no excuses.
That's right. It's the glare of the Monday Night Football lights instead.
That's right.
Yes.
Hope they don't get freaked out by national TV.
All right, we got a quarterback undergoing surgery today in New York.
Yes, we do. And, and I guess it's with a specialist.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
I'm assuming this guy has done this surgery, or doctor, I should say, surgeon,
This
has done
guy.
this before. Yeah, I shouldn't be a sexist, right? Could be a female surgeon, right?
Yes, I mean, whoever's doing the job, please do it well and give him the right rehab program so next year when he come back, he's fully ready to go and we can see him starting in OTAs.
You know, that when you said, hope he does it well, the night before my dad at 82 had open heart surgery, the doctor came in, talked to him, any questions, and he goes, okay, see you in the morning. And my dad goes, make sure you get a good night's sleep.
Hey, that's right, man. Yes, sir. Do it right.
You want to make sure you do a good job.
Yes.
So then I would imagine this probably takes a while before you start rehab.
I understand the medical experts that we talked to at CBS Texas yesterday.
It wasn't somebody from San Diego.
No, it wasn't an internet doctor. Said that basically it's a down period for about 10 days. Mm-hmm. And I did not talk myself with
Yeah.
this doctor, but this is secondhand. And so it was down period for like 10 days, and then it'll start the rehab process. He said it's not as difficult a rehab as what he went through, of course, 4 years ago with the compound fracture of the ankle and coming back from that. But he estimated 3 to 5 months recovery, and which at the long end of that, at 5 months, puts you right to April, which is the start of the off-season program.
Well, there you go. So and I was thinking as long as you're ready by July.
You know, when Jerry on the radio said 3 months, I did the math. I said, wait, December, January,
February?
So just like Aiden Hutchinson, the Lions are hoping to get Aiden Hutchinson back by the Super Bowl. I did the math on that, and it would match up with Super Bowl Sunday.
That ain't happening.
Oh, okay.
No.
He tore his ACL, right?
Oh, on the Aiden Hutchinson. I thought you were talking about the neck.
No, he broke his leg.
Broke his
He
leg.
broke his leg.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
So it just took time for the bone to heal.
Yeah.
Big bone.
Like last year when Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles and he was going to be back before the end of the season. Mm-hmm. Yeah, how'd that work out?
It's not working out this year either.
Y'all doing everything y'all can to stay away from football. The Dallas Cowboys. Way to go. Y'all doing a masterful job.
All right. So Nate wants to get it back to football.
Yeah, back to our football. I mean,
what you got on your mind?
All right, okay, so this team is facing 3 games in the span of 11 days with a Monday night game followed by a Sunday game and then a Thursday game. How difficult is that stretch? It's by one day it is shorter than what the normal process is this time of the year for the Cowboys.
For the young guys, the first year guys, it'll be hectic, but this is about being a professional, locking in. More importantly, getting your families and friends to lock in that you might not have as much time as you normally do, and just lock in and make sure you're healthy, make sure you take care of your body, and just be the best you can. Just prepare. Coach is going to try to make it easy. He's going to try to mesh these games, the best plays that you do, the best schemes that you run, that you've been successful. They'll try to lean more towards that and what each game may be having common, and just put it together and you make that run. This team here, more so than any other team at this point, I'm talking about our past teams here, is you truly going to have to be locked in on this one game at a time and understanding who you're playing, get extra film work in. It's just going to be like 21 days of just 11 or 12 days, of just doing what you got to do.
So they get an extra day this week to prepare. Yeah. McCarthy said they would go heavy early in the week and then slack off or taper off. I should say slack off.
Yes, use the right word, Mick, but we don't need folks coming in.
Oh, the Cowboys are slacking off.
Yes, we don't need that.
Taper off towards the end. And so they're going to keep Wednesday through Friday the same. Maybe they get, if they take a easy day walk through maybe on Saturday and then do the other practice on Sunday to get ready for the Monday night game. But then you got a short week, right?
Yes.
To get ready for a Sunday away game, and then you're away. And good thing it's an early game, right, in Washington? Am I right?
At 12 o'clock, what you mean is by early?
Early.
Let me look it up here. Let me look.
Which means
sure.
you would get back.
It is a noon game, yes.
So you get back at a decent time so Monday's not wasted like previous years when the Cowboys had a away game on Sunday night and then played Thursday. So that's more equitable for getting ready for the game. So, yeah, they've got a lot of preparation to do, and you're trying to also use this week as an extra day to not only prepare now your starting quarterback, but your backup quarterback too.
Okay, when was the last time that the Cowboys played a Monday night game then a Sunday game, and then a Thursday game.
Well,
meaning,
I hope you have that.
Meaning 3 games in 11 days. Just typically, it's 3 games in 12 days with a Sunday game, not a Monday night game on the front end of that.
Right.
So when's the last time that happened?
I'm guessing it's been quite some time.
2005. As you were talking, I just looked it up.
All right.
In 2005, they played a Monday night game at Philadelphia and won 21-20. They came back the following Sunday and won at home against Detroit 20-7, and then they lost an overtime game on Thanksgiving to Denver 24-21. So it's been 19 years since they've had these bunched up. And fortunately, the league did them a favor this year by not having a Thursday game on the backside of the Thanksgiving game, because if they did that, then you look at 4 games in 18 days.
Was that a 9-7?
They went 9-7 in 2005,
Yeah.
which would have been DeMarcus Ware's rookie season.
But it didn't get them in the playoffs.
That's right.
Second place.
And in fact, they were coming into that stretch. They were 1, 2, 3, 4. They had a 5-3 record, got it to 7-3, and then lost to 4 out of the last 6 games.
Oh, darn Purcell's wore them out.
So, and as I said yesterday, for those who were wondering, okay, go ahead and just hand it over to Trey Lance at quarterback. Even if you just looked at the schedule right now, that would be coaching malpractice to give it to a guy who with so limited experience both in college and the NFL, 3 games in 11 days.
Yeah, I heard you talk about that yesterday, and you was adamant about it, and you seemed like you slept on it, and you came up with the same conclusion again.
That's right.
So I'm glad you stick to it, Bill. My thing is this right here. I've talked to a few people off the ledge because everybody, wants to judge Cooper Rush on this one game. Don't do that. Give this kid a chance to have another week in practice with these guys, with the receivers. We have seen confusion in the routes where there's no spacing, but it seemed like it was even more this game. I'm not forget pointing fingers. I'm gonna tell you what I think. Guys got to take a little bit more responsibility in their route running, because it's bad enough we're struggling on the offensive line. Then when the offensive line do get it right, then we run wrong routes. Route running is more just like basketball. You hear coaches after every game, our spacing wasn't right. Same in football. Wide receivers don't take care. Don't run guys into the same area. The touchdown down there that Mick continues to talk about, that's bad spacing.
Well,
that's however, whatever the reason, whatever the excuse, it's bad spacing. The tight end
wasn't supposed to be where he was.
It was bad spacing.
You're right, exactly.
So guys got to start before you leave that huddle. Like Jimmy used to tell me, Nate, know the play, know the snap count. Know the play, know the snap count. And that's your responsibility as a wide receiver. If we got CeeDee Lamb running across the back of the end zone wide open, Jason Ferguson, I love you, but don't cross over into his zone. We got to play down underneath coming out. We have the same thing where a guy's running over the top. One guy brings a guy just enough into the vision of the quarterback. Now the quarterback has to move. He's lost sight of that guy and gave the corner a chance to catch up. Do your job.
I think what he was trying to do there was block the sun so that CD could see.
No, sir. I'm not going there. I'm not. I don't want anything. I don't want anything to do this.
Shading the sun.
We heard this 4 or 5 or 6 years ago. But guess what? We turned out to be 12-5. We turned out to be 12-5. We turned out to be 12-5. The tours wasn't messed up then, and the sun wasn't messed up then. All of a sudden, players don't give these players excuses for doing their job.
You give them a soft pill to put their heads on.
Yes. So the thing is like this right here. These fans and this stadium help pays our bills. Bottom line, I'm through with it. Now, if y'all want to talk about the sun and the tours, count me out. Because all I want to talk about is getting these young guys on the field, giving Cooper Rush an opportunity to be the guy that we saw before. Yes, the offensive line is different. Yes, he has a little bit more pressure on him. But now our wide receivers, our tight ends have to make plays.
You saw what else happened on that play, right?
Mick, I don't want
that play missed the block at the line of scrimmage.
Yes, sir.
And why Cooper Rush was getting hit just
Yes,
after he threw the ball.
Let's correct that, and let's get ready for those Texans.
Right.
We have an extra day, and I'm not going to let you waste your time on your show. Just leave it alone. Do you have anything?
No, because that's what people should be worried about. Everybody's worried about the sun. The real reason the play didn't work was because they didn't block on the line of scrimmage.
Help me, Bill.
You know what I want to hear?
No, he brought it up. He said you got to know the plays.
Yes, you do.
And I don't think they knew the play.
You got to know them. This team will grow as the players grow. Coach McCarthy knows his own system. The offensive coordinator can tell you before the quarterback throw it, that's the wrong place to throw the ball. How do you translate it to the players? It's 3 ways you can do it. You can tell them, and they can see it in their mind. You can put it on film so they can see it visually. Or you can go through a walkthrough so they can see it, feel it, and hear it.
And they do that, right?
Okay, and they do all of these things. Now you start saying, you know what, young man? You're not doing it. We have a guy right here. Hey, man, do you understand what's going on here? Show me. So now you got to start putting players behinds on the bench.
That's the only reason I got to play my first time in high school.
You got to play?
I knew the plays.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you got into a game.
I did. About 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
What position did you play?
Well, I was the reporter on the sideline.
So you got into the game as a reporter on the sideline?
No, I was joking.
You were a sideline
They
reporter.
allowed me to be on the team because they know I covered the game for the student
They
newspaper.
wanted some good reviews.
Well, I was pretty tough on it.
I bet you were. All right.
I learned early.
All right. I want to hear what our 6-time Pro Bowl offensive lineman has to say about one of the newcomers we saw in an NFL football game last Sunday when Mick Shots continues in just a moment.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Medal of Honor is our country's highest military award for valor in combat. More than 40 million individuals have served in the armed forces since the Civil War. Fewer than 4,000 have received the Medal of Honor. The National Medal of Honor Museum will be a place to preserve these legacies and inspire America. It's being built right next door to the Dallas Cowboys in Texas. Help us honor our country's greatest heroes. Learn more and get involved at mohmuseum.org.
Back to Mick Shots.
Cowboys Nation, it's time to get the giving season going. Tune in to see country music superstar Lainey Wilson and a special guest perform during the Salvation Army's annual Red Kettle Kickoff halftime show this Thanksgiving on Fox. Every donation stays in the community to provide help and hope for those in need. So tune in to watch the Cowboys, Giants, and Lainey Wilson this Thanksgiving and give today at salvationarmyusa.org.
And by the way, the players on their day off yesterday made their annual visit to the Salvation Army in Dallas and Fort Worth.
That's always
early Thanksgiving meals.
A neat deal. Did you guys go there?
I think we did more to Christmas.
You did Christmas,
yes,
right?
We did more Christmas. I think these guys do both.
I've gone there a couple times to help deliver the meals to the people. It's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat deal.
Yeah. And I think I went a couple of times when I wasn't after I was a play. After I got through playing, and so it's wow. When you do good things for people, man, it is a blessing. Believe me, when you do it, and and I'm telling you, when you're off there, you be like, man, what, Then when you get there, your heart change, man. It's a different thing. You like when you leave, you're like, man, I'm glad I did that.
And it seems like the people don't sit there and hold you responsible for being 3-6, right?
Nah,
they're just grateful that you're there, right?
Yeah, they're just glad that you took time out of your day to come see them and to serve them a meal.
Okay, tell me about Awesome Richards. What did you see out of Awesome Richards in Sunday's game?
I saw a guy that, as the game went on, got more and more confident. He got a little bit of help, but not a whole lot. He held his own. I think he got a little raggedy in the late fourth quarter. He got a little out of whack there a couple of times, but he's got to make sure he gets off on the snap count. Continue to work his technique. He played a fairly good game. I buy into the Hudson Hawk, my old offensive line coach theory. One game doesn't make you all pro. So I hope he can get some more snaps, not at the cost of Guyton. I don't want that to happen. But if something happened that he needs to get in there, either guard or tackle on that left side, I hope he's the first guy in. I hope this is what I was trying to tell Mick from day one when we was at training camp. I say, this guy Austin Richards I think he can play. I don't know how good he can be. Every practice, someone was hurt. The first guy they inserted in there, Austin Richards. Somebody missed half of a practice. The first guy they insert was Austin Richards. He played the whole preseason, either at left guard or left tackle. The whole preseason. But when we have a bump in the road a couple of weeks ago, he does not even get a rep. So when they put him in, I was shocked that they gave him an opportunity this past game going against Josh Sweat, who is not and Graham, who are not average guys. They are way above average pass rushers, and they're smart and they're intelligent veterans. So when he held his own against these guys, I hope that gives the coaching staff over there confidence that when something happens, give him another opportunity. He earned the right for another opportunity. I'm not going to get overly excited about it because you can have a decent game because people don't know you, but this is a league where people scout you, and so somebody will see something that they think will work and they'll try it on him. So, but if the opportunity arises, if Guyton, if something is wrong, and I think Odoga, is he still here?
Well, he is, and they opened up the practice window for him today.
Let me give you some food for thought.
Mm-hmm.
So McCarthy said that Chuma will be back at practice today, and that's the first time since he got hurt.
Yes.
And he was asked with Richards, Guyton is probably healthy enough to play this week, and with Richards. And McCarthy interrupted, and he goes, we will have competition at that position.
The thing about it is,
so that was his way of not committing one way or the other.
But the bottom line, that's a dangerous game for me, in my mind, to play. Either Guyton is truly your starter, and if you start that competition and Richards beat him, what do you really do? Think about it. See, you don't have to commit.
But how much competition is there in practice?
Regardless of however they come to the conclusion, then I'll reword it.
Yeah.
However they come to the conclusion, what if they decide to start Richards again? What do you do with Guyton?
You probably say he wasn't ready to come back from his injury.
Yeah. So my thing is this right here. Like coaches and PR usually tell me, when I used to always run my mouth and say the most dumbest things, Nate, sometimes no comment is the best way. And the coach should have just left that open, I think. No comment.
There's been a coach here in the past, at least one, who would use a press conference to send a message to a player.
Right.
I don't know that Mike McCarthy is one of those that does that, but there was one that you played for that would do that quite often.
Well, the interesting thing is, like last week when Guyton wasn't ready to play, he was inactive.
Right.
So the backup tackle was Willetsko.
Right.
They had him active.
Right.
Well, now what happens if they decide Richards is the starter? Is Guyton the backup, or is he inactive again?
You can't. You can do what you want. Yeah, I'm trying to answer your question. Yes, I'm trying to answer your question. You do what you want to do. And, people saying, well, Nate, as much as you've been crying for this awesome Richards guy to play, you should want him in there. Yes, I do want him in there. But you're at a point now where if you as a coaching staff had decided, along with your offensive line coach and your GM, okay, this kid is truly not ready, especially now we're going to set him the rest of the year. Now, if you're willing to do that, do it. But if you're not, it's still a quarterback standing up back there doing games that are live. You don't want to get him hurt playing those type games.
No.
So you want to get some unity on that offensive line.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Whatever they decide, I hope they go with it the rest of the year.
And then you got to figure out if Chuma's coming back. I don't know that being out this long, you get in, 2 practices, and you're ready to be active. I think he's still.
I wouldn't.
It's his window. It'll start 21
forever.
Day.
It'll start forever because it'll never end. His window.
I'm with you on that, by the way. I know what you're saying.
I'm not riding with him. On
the subject of Tyler Guyton, in some ways he's, from an experience standpoint, a youth standpoint, he's a lot like Trey Lance.
Hadn't played much.
He hadn't played much in college. He was a defensive lineman in high school, converted to offensive lineman. He was listed as an H-back at TCU before he transferred to Oklahoma 2 years ago. Was only the starter to start that season because Wanye Morris, who now is starting at left tackle for Kansas City, was suspended at the beginning of the year in 2022. Wanye Morris came back, and Guyton was a backup. And then last year, I believe it was 8 starts, maybe 10, somewhere in there. And so as a right tackle, not a left tackle. And he turned 22 this summer. Awesome Richards, on the other hand, just turned 24. So he's basically 2 years older than Guyton. So anyway, but Guyton's got the tools that the scouts love, and so that's why he was the first round draft pick, and so that's why things are up in the air a little bit as far as where Guyton is in his career and if he's ready or not. I think is that he just doesn't have much experience.
Me and you talked about this during training camp and right before the season started, that this kid had a lot of experience, and I saw in training camp and I tried to relay this to a lot of people, that he needs desperately to work on his technique, and he needs desperately to learn to punch with those long arms. And 8, 9, 10 games in, that still is his situation. If he used those arms, it's always going to be a different deal. But he's always got them halfway bent and letting people get into him. He's too quick to jump back off the ball. Instead of him instead of him taking a half step, he's taking a full step, which is a mile long, and people beating him to the inside. So you're going over the same things over and over and over. You know, people saying, to some people it is a difference. Like, I couldn't play right guard as good as I could play left guard. It was an issue for me, but it wasn't an issue for me going to right tackle. And I never figured that out. I could go to right tackle and play that okay, but I couldn't shift to right guard and play that okay. It seemed like in a tighter area, because when I went on the left side, I felt like I was in a phone booth, because I liked it, that tight fit. I liked it where you couldn't get away from me, you know. And so it's just maybe, but you don't have time. All of that should have been tried doing OTAs and training camp. So you don't have time now. The season is here. You got to make a decision. We ain't allowed to look at practices to see who's getting all the reps, but you ain't got time to be splitting reps. That ain't cool, because now you're taking away from Tyler Smith. So you put a guy in there and you go with that guy.
You were talking about Guyton's college. Richards at North Carolina started 38 games.
Oh, yeah.
38?
Oh, yeah. I personally, every other day, I know Coach Solari hated to see me coming.
Because you asked about him.
I had a new angle on how he could play. he used to shake
during
his head.
Training camp?
Yeah, I had a new angle. But, Coach, you ever thought about this for Austin Richards? And he would just shake his head, smile, and pat me on the back and keep going.
Well, I always thought he was a better tackle than a guard.
Yeah, I just believe this. Give him the reps. Now you can feel confident as a coaching staff to put him in if something happened, either at left guard or left tackle. So now TJ Bass, who is I think going to be a good guard in this league, now you relegate him just to the right guard, and let him, if something happened to the point where you don't want to put Zach in there, Zach is beat up. Mm-hmm. But anyway.
Yeah, he is.
Not play him, but you can let TJ Bass. I think we have a nucleus of offensive linemen that can be good. That can be good. Now, I'm not telling the fans they're going to be great or they supermen, because we haven't seen enough of them playing together. But I think we have a group of good young guys. Each one of them has a weakness, but over time, if they can mentally get through this season, if they can mentally get themselves through the season, they'll be much better next year.
Look at your own career. I'm just looking back in 1986.
Yeah.
You were when you got in your first NFL game, you were 24 years old.
Yes.
And turned 25 late in that season in 86. Started your first NFL game in 87 at age 25.
Yes.
And then started a 12 years run of starting every game, basically. But we look at the difference. You were 25 when you started your first NFL game.
And needed the USFL.
And Tyler Guyton just turned 22 this summer.
Right,
and he's being asked to. That's why I thought even in training camp it was going to be a big ask to have a 22-year-old with such limited college experience start every game over a 17-game season.
And I tried to present that to people. And you can crush a kid, and I'm not talking about him being crushed mentally, because I hope he's not listening to our shows. I hope he was, but I hope he is, but not. But when you get up and tell people how good they are, you're not good, or he's not good, and he's not this, and he's not this, and then the Cowboys kind of go along with you, and they get rid of the kid, and all of a sudden they pop up on TV and you see them like, we had him, but remember he wasn't mature. And that's what I tell people. Mentally and physically in this league, you have to mature. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not physically and mentally ready for this grown man game, it can hurt you.
Let me give you another one who actually was with the Cowboys early on out of Arkansas. A guy by the name of Jason Peters.
Yeah.
In 2004 with Buffalo, he was 22 years old. This is after he was first like a college free agent signed by the Cowboys. With Buffalo, 5 games, 1 start. At age 23, he started half the season in Buffalo, okay, and then 2006 at age 24 is the first time he played 16 games. And here we are in 2024, and he still was getting a look this year again from Seattle at age 42.
Yeah.
So did you start the season in '87? What game did Nate? You said he played his first.
Let's see. You played in '87, 11 starts.
11?
Yep.
I know how hard it is.
And 3 were replacement games. I assume you didn't cross the picket line.
Yeah, I crossed the picket line. Yeah, money. Yeah, them same guys. Them same guys talking about, be loyal. Yeah, you sold out for money too. But anyway.
All right, we need to take a break.
Yes, sir. And I'll
continue that thought when we come back here on Mick Shots.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Cowboys football and Miller Lite. What a pairing. Can cracks at kickoff. Tailgates going way past postgame. Sunday night overtimes followed by Monday morning swagger. Brisket in the smoker. Miller Lite in the cooler. America's team playing America's greatest sport. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys football tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2023 Miller Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas.
Back to Mick Shots.
The most electrifying event of the holiday season is here. Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza, powered by Reliant, is back at the Star in Frisco. Join us every Friday and Saturday night from November 22nd through December 21st for a spectacular holiday show with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, Rhythm and Blue, Rowdy, Santa Claus, and surprise tree lighting appearances from your favorite Cowboy heroes. Best of all, the show is free. For details, visit stardistrict.com. Don't miss out on the holiday magic.
You have a date on that first one?
November 22nd.
November 22nd. Okay.
Anything happen on November 22nd in the history of the United States?
Yes, very much so, in Dallas, Texas.
I had my confirmation 1 year after that.
Oh, really?
November 22nd.
All right. Micah Parsons has tweeted this here in the last hour. When Mozzie becomes great exclamation points. Because he is on his way, exclamation points. All of you will owe me an apology, exclamation points. Hashtag believe, exclamation point.
Was somebody
When Mozzie becomes great, because he is on his way, all of you will owe me an apology.
He's a proponent of Mozzie Smith.
Mm-hmm.
He always has been, worked with him, encouraged him during training camp on a daily basis.
Yes, he did.
Ran with them.
Yes, he did.
Tried to get him in tip-top shape, and he still believes.
Yes.
So,
would you like another tweet from Micah?
Sure, why not?
49 minutes ago.
He's got a lot to say.
Defense wins championships, exclamation points. Build this defense while we got young superstar, exclamation point. We will win more games holding teams to 20 or less points than offensive shootouts. Facts, exclamation points.
There you go. And one of the reasons...
Is he talking about Overshown? Young superstar?
I would imagine.
I'm sorry.
He talked about him after the game. Had really good things to say about him.
And who doesn't have good things to say about
especially after that performance, huh? So, one other position that seems to be somewhat of a problem is the left cornerback position. And as you saw in the game, Philadelphia picked on Kalen Carson. As a matter of fact, on that drive at the end of the first half, they went on him 4 of 5 plays for completions. So when I asked McCarthy about Bland, he said he's still with the rehab group. And they have to put him on the 53, I believe, this week because they started his 21-day window. So if he's not ready...
if he's done for the season.
Right. And I would imagine they will, although then you got to, well, I guess they put Dak on IR, so they'll have a spot for him. Mm-hmm. But if you noticed in that game in the fourth quarter, they put McQuamu at left corner.
Right.
So I wonder what happens this week. And I don't know that McQuamu...
Nico Collins is coming back for the Texans this week. He's been on IR, and
right.
They said he could have played last week. They waited another week, and he'll be ready to come back Monday night.
And if you noticed in the game, and I don't mean to go backwards, Nate.
You can.
Trayvon Diggs picked that ball in the end zone.
Yes.
I don't think they threw his way the rest of the game.
They didn't. They just picked on a young kid. Carson's sometime, like Everson, I caught Everson in the hall. We was talking about sometime you just got to throw caution to the wind. He's an up-close player.
And he's playing soft.
Yeah, so he's got to say, you know what? They drafted me for a reason. They're sticking with me, and this is happening. Let me go back to the old me and come up and bump and run a little bit better. Give them at least a different look. This kid, like I say, this is going to be a bump and grind year. Only for you, if you, from the neck up, absorb what has happened to you, break it down and see why it happened to you, you can come back next year a much better player. Don't let this year drain you. You still have 7 to 8, 9 games left? You still have to get through this season. Look at this film and see where you at. Go to your coach and see the little things that he think you should work on, and the little things and see if they come together. And do your job. It's going to be ugly. It's like running in mud, man. It's like you're spinning your wheels, but you got to keep going because eventually you're going to hit solid ground and take off running.
It's like he lost his confidence.
He has lost his confidence. Ain't no like. He has. When it's 3rd and 8 and you back up to 3rd and 12, I mean, you giving them more than the first down. I mean, you giving them the first down an opportunity to break a big play. So, yes, he's lost his confidence, and that's where I know Coach Al Harris is telling him, probably overcoaching him, son, move up, challenge. You're better than that. Use your hands. You got great feet. He's believe me, what we were saying, they're saying over there, probably much louder.
Well, so that's one thing to keep an eye on. Brandon Cooks sounds like he's close to returning. he's still rehabbing, but he's running really well. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get him back. And then I think they're going to try and get, with an extra day this week, maybe get Mingo ready, give him a small package and get him ready to go. I saw him out there the other day, and he was just doing some drills and catching the ball. He's big. That's 6'2". When he's out there around normal people, that's a big receiver. So it'd be interesting to see if they can get him going also.
You know what? I'm not going, and I know I'm the only one thinking this, but he should be playing a certain amount of plays this week, and he should be almost starting next week. Do not let this kid. I hear all these great things. Hey, they loved him on their draft board. Oh, they were excited. Okay, if you're excited about this kid, he just came from a team that didn't fit his system. That's how you have to look at it. A team that he didn't fit into his
coaching
system.
change since they drafted him. Yeah.
Now, if all of this great stuff you're saying, put him on the field, what can he do worse than what is happening?
And he's the easiest one to find out about.
Thank you.
Because next year, you're going to draft a wide receiver, right?
Maybe
not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yes, I don't know.
If you think this guy can be a number 2.
I mean, that's why you made the move for him at midseason this year, so that you can figure out what he is, and you might have stolen a guy you look at it as an early draft pick for next year.
Right.
My issue is simply this. Play this kid. See, we sending all these mixed signals. Oh, we don't want people to think that we done gave up on the season. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. When you put Trey Lance in the game, what are you telling a guy like me who played? You're giving up on the season. You at least gave up on that game. So now, the more we put Trey Lance in, whether you want to believe it or not, Zach Martin, DeMarcus Lawrence, and whoever else got more than 5 years in the league saying, well, fellas, it's all about what am I doing right and what am I doing wrong. Can they depend on me as a veteran? Because I got to do my job. Because everybody's on audition. That is the bottom line. So now everybody can tell folks what you want to tell them, but I promise you, when you do that right there, I've been 1-15, and hearing a coach say, everybody's on audition. If I'm Coach McCarthy, I'm just telling them the truth. Fellas, everybody's getting only 3 people. Micah, CeeDee Lamb, Dak. Them the only 3 that ain't on audition. Everybody else, you fighting for your job.
And when you look at the wide receiver room with Brandon Cooks injured, okay, outside of CeeDee Lamb, you got a 3rd-round draft pick in Jalen Tolbert. You got a college free agent or a 7th-round draft pick in Jalen Brooks. You got a 6th-round draft pick in Ryan Flanoy. And you got Kevontae Turpin, who was a college free agent and was a USFL guy. And so it makes a lot of sense and you got Jalen Cropper, a college free agent last year.
Who they elevated this last game.
Right. And so Mingo with a 2nd-round draft pick. See what he's got.
I'm all for it, and I think
you're lacking.
At least he's played too, right? He played 14 games last year.
So that's right. He had 43 catches last year.
I'm telling. I hate the season is going the way it is going because I'm a big proponent of Coach McCarthy. I am. And as a head coach, the worst thing you want to see is young, inexperienced guys running out there. But, Coach, you ran with 2 out there in the most important positions on your team, center and left tackle. So you had to know things was going to get a little dicey. It's just now can the owner, president, GM / whatever say, hey, you know what? I saw your problems last year.
All right, you need to take a break because you got some more talking to do.
Well, no, I got Jesse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
you don't have to talk.
No,
Yeah,
that's my
that's
boy.
right.
He gonna rock and roll. So.
All right, that does it for Mick Shots for a Wednesday, and we will shout at you again tomorrow at high noon. Go
Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
I'm sorry.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!